This episode marks a noticeable shift in the romantic dynamics, making everyone's emotions considerably more complex. To begin with, Castor and Alan successfully chose each other, earning the opportunity to go on a date together, which even included an overnight stay. For the two of them, this was undoubtedly a valuable chance to get to know each other on a much deeper level. However, for Yusak and Ryota, who also had feelings for Katsuto, the experience must have been bittersweet. Meanwhile, Dai and Xun once again failed to match, which was genuinely disappointing to watch. Afterwards, Xun honestly explained to Dai that he hadn't chosen him because the vibe between them still didn't feel right. Although his answer was sincere, it dealt Dai another emotional blow. His sense of disappointment was almost palpable, even through the screen. After seeing Katsuto and Alan successfully pair up, Yusak and Ryota could only reluctantly admit that Alan seemed to have truly won Katsuto's heart. The two of them even began wondering whether Katsuto and Alan would end up sleeping in the same bed that night. That conversation felt incredibly genuine and at the same time rather adorable. That said, I'd like to share a little personal thought. Many couples with very strong and loving relationships do not necessarily sleep in the same bed. Sometimes it's simply because their sleeping habits differ. For example, one person may be sensitive to heat, another may be a light sleeper, while someone else may snore. In such cases, sleeping separately can actually allow both people to enjoy better rest. Whether a couple shares a bed or not is therefore not a reliable measure of how deeply they love each other. It's simply a practical aspect of everyday life. During this date, Alan also opened up about his upbringing. Although he didn't come from what many would consider a traditionally perfect family, the hardships he experienced didn't diminish his warmth. Instead, they shaped him into someone capable of bringing light to the people around him. I believe this is one of the qualities that Katsuto finds so admirable. What truly draws people in is often not someone's background, but the kindness they continue to show after enduring life's challenges. There was also a small detail that caught my attention. While Katsuto and Alan were on their date, Ryota sent Katsuto a message online. Personally, I felt that the timing was perhaps not the most appropriate. It gave the impression that he wanted to remind Katsuto of his presence, or perhaps even interrupt the date ever so slightly. Of course, I can also understand Ryota's anxiety. Watching the person you like grow closer to someone else is not an easy situation to remain completely calm about. As for Alan, I think his way of expressing his feelings is exceptionally direct and passionate. During the overnight date in particular, his enthusiasm and initiative seemed to be a little overwhelming for Katsuto. I've always felt that Katsuto is someone who is relatively traditional and naturally slow to warm up to others. He needs time to build trust and gradually understand his own feelings. Faced with Alan's intense and fast-moving approach, it's only natural that he would feel a considerable amount of pressure. Sure enough, after the date, Katsuto admitted to Ryota that Alan had been a little too forward, making it difficult for him to truly relax. This once again demonstrates that in a relationship, shared feelings alone are not enough. Being in sync with one another's pace is equally important. Another moment that left a strong impression on me was when Yusak invited Katsuto to sell coffee together from the coffee truck. I actually felt that this moment served as a wake-up call for Alan. It reminded him that he was far from being the only person who had feelings for Katsuto. While they were together, Yusak sincerely told Katsuto how much he admired his qualities. He then said, being able to open my heart to you is already enough for me. Although those words were directed at Castle, I felt they were just as much something Yusak was saying to himself. It was as though he was reassuring himself that, even if they never ended up together, he had at least been brave enough to express his feelings. That alone meant he would have no regrets. Finally, Yusak had to leave the program early because of work commitments, which was genuinely unfortunate. He may not have been the most dramatic person in the house, nor the one who pursued love most aggressively, but his sincerity, kindness, and the gentle way he consistently thought of others made him an unforgettable presence. I believe that the people who leave the deepest impression are not necessarily those who ultimately find love, but those who treat every encounter with genuine sincerity. To me, Yusak is exactly that kind of person.